Okay, this is the latest addition to my shack, and it's a brand new Icom 7300. Now, why would I buy one of these when we've had all the announcements that the 7300 Mark II is coming out? Well, if you're in the UK and you've kept an eye on the adverts in the amateur radio magazines, particularly Practical Wireless, well, there's only two really now, and they're Practical Wireless and the RSGB's Radcom, you'll have seen there's been an offer on these radios. They're at a much reduced price now, and indeed this one came with the power supply on the left, which is a 30 amp power supply. That was a free offer. Power supply itself is quite nice. You've got power poles here, connectors on the front. It's an adjustable voltage supply with the voltage and current readout there. And we've got a normal screw or banana plug style connectors on the rear of the PSU as well. And of course the 7300 itself. Now, I've wanted one of these for a number of years, but if you watch this channel, you know I bought a Yaesu FT710 a little while back, and that's what I've been using on HF lately. I'm going to be comparing the two. Now, we know the 7300 is a much older radio, so the receive performance in the 710 is supposed to be better, but I'll be testing that in the real world environment, in my use. I'll be running this 7300, of course, on the amateur bands. I'll also be using it for shortwave listening, as a receiver. We'll even try and test it out on 4 meters, if we can find any local activity on 4, and just see how it compares to the 710. First impressions, my initial impressions, the display is, I think, clearer than the 710s. It's larger, the font is larger, and I like the spectrum scope and the way it, the proportion between it and the frequency readout, if you like, and the soft keys here at the bottom. The quality feels to me, and this is a personal opinion, I'm sure there's people who feel differently, but the quality of this Icom feels a bit better in terms of build quality than the Yaesu. And the AF output, the audio output seems better than the 710. I've just got it running on a receiver antenna at the moment. There's plenty of volume there, and that's one thing that the 710 seemed to lack, was a bit of the the audio output, the volume. Menu system looks pretty simple and straightforward. It's a little bit easier to navigate than the Yaesu menus. But that's just a little intro. You'll see this radio side by side with my 710, and we'll see how they compare, see which one I prefer using. So there it is, the IC7300, or the original, or the Mark I, as I guess it's now going to be called in future. I don't need some of the features that I know are going to be on the Mark II, like the output for the display. This display is large enough for me, and I've said this about the 710. The 710, FT710, has got a DVI connector on the back. I've never used it. I think it's a waste of a large monitor just to have the frequency and the scope there. Certainly on this 7300, the display's it appears that much bigger anyway, so I wouldn't need the output. Obviously, depending on your eyesight and your opinions, you may feel differently. But there it is, the 7300 from Icom. We'll see how it compares to the FT710 and some of the receivers in the shack, and thanks for watching.